right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, giving all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakwadash. Hey, double honors as always, and to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. Peace, much love, and salutation as always, and to those who elect. All right, coming at you with a quick lesson through the spirit and prayer, Yahweh, Bahashim, Shai, Lord's will. It be edifying to the elect, man. As you see by the title. I believe I titled "They Shall Not uh, Deliver You." You know, something around the lines of that. Okay, and pretty much going into these gods, these idols. Okay, that our people, you so-called blacks, Native American, Latinos, continuously call upon, man. All right, these people are not going to deliver you, or Salaki. These gods are not going to be able to deliver you in that day, the day of the Lord's wrath. You know what I'm saying? And I really, you could say people as well too, because people can be an idol. You know, so I'm gonna just get a couple precepts and Lord's with us edifying, and hopefully it stays up, because I don't have my my other phone with me. So like it might cut out, but ultimately none of these people are gonna be able to deliver you from the day of the Lord's wrath. Okay, and there's no if ands or buts about it. There's no debating it. You see, there's nothing to talk about. This is all according to what the scriptures say, man. You know, the scriptures are telling us these things. All right. And so in that day, you will be solely held responsible for what, you know what I'm saying? You'll be solely held responsible according to, according to your actions, and you'll have to go to those same guys that you called upon during the time when it wasn't, fucked up, when things weren't bad. Because Jake has that notion of only calling on the Lord when things get bad. All right, us ourselves, we find ourselves guilty of doing that. What's going on, OG? But us ourselves, we find ourselves, being guilty of that. You know, it's like I talked to Jake, but this is Judges 10 and 13. Yeah, Judges 10 and 13. It says, yet ye have forsaken me. And well, let me see. Do I want to start up? Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna start up. Let's start at 10. Judges 10 and 10. It says, and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, we have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our power and also serve Baalim. All right, Baal. Okay. All right, Salakia. Alarms going off. I'm gonna read this again. Judges 10 and 10. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, we have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our God and all thing, you know. So the Lord has constantly delivered us out of these certain troublesome situations, and yet we have still decided to go elsewhere and seek other gods and seek counsel from elsewhere. That's why in Jeremiah the 10th chapter it says, "Learn not the way of the heathen." We weren't supposed to learn the way of the heathen. Simply for the off the fact, Salaki, I'm trying to wipe this shit and bug on my phone. But simply off the fact that the heathen ain't got the way, man. You know, we've always been fucked up when we followed the heathen. Just like now, Salaki, I don't know how long I was off. Fucking Satan, it was telling me that I was still connected, but then when I clicked back on, it said I wasn't. God damn, bro. Yeah, Jake's not gonna or they're gonna flee to every other measure. All right, but yeah, how about you outside? Well, right now they're fleeing to every other measure, but in that day, you know, and which they still gonna try to flee to the Lord, but it just simply it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. You know, and that's the what's it say? Do the terror of the Lord we persuade men. You see, so we're persuading through the terror of the Lord our people to turn back to the Lord, man, and don't be swayed by the ways of the devil. You know, the so-called white man is very crafty in his ways, and you listening to him and other black niggas and uh this podcast and TikTok this and TikTok that. TikTok needs to be destroyed. So I don't recommend anybody even being on TikTok. But that's just me personally. You know, I've had my fair share of that shit. You know, because that shit is just it's through, man. Okay, and then I'll get this and I'll close out. Proverbs 1:24 says, so, you know, Jake trying to go through it, but it's all good. But Proverbs 1:24 says, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. Right. The people, all right, the Israelites, they've said at not all the counsel of Yahweh Shema Shai. They ain't taking nothing into what he's saying or nothing that he's saying into consideration. For one, based off the fact of who it's coming from, which are the men of the Lord, because we're deemed as the low, you know, the worthless, you know, the dung of the earth, if you will. Okay, we're not looked at as high at all in this society, and that's how the Lord wants it, and that's okay. And we have to understand that, you know, as being part of our role, being men of the Lord. Part of the prophet's role is to, you know, be in the low. That's in that I think it's I believe it's Sirach 13, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I'll check. Like I said, I don't want to keep jumping back and forth because I don't want to cut the stream. But I believe it could be Sirach 13, but I'll check, you know, and put it in the comments. Um, Proverbs 1:26, it says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, right? Or obviously, just like Jake at the last minute, trying to pay that bill or trying to apologize at the last minute. Okay, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right, when all the shit uh starts to actually go down and happen, that's when people are gonna what's it say that thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. You know, when people see the spiritual powers that the men of the Lord are going to possess, you know, in these latter days, then, you know, which that's some people's lot. But the thing is, you just don't want to play. You don't want to, you know, gamble with that. You don't want to play around with that, man. Could a lot of, you know, could a decent, well, obviously, a good amount of Israelites, even then, it's still going to be a small number. So I'll say a decent amount of Israelites will come through in that day when the power of Yahweh Shema Shai is shown, and that's prophecy. But you don't want to play with that. Goddamn Spider-Man. But you don't want to play around with that, man. You don't want to wait till that day. You might as well get it right now. Okay? Verse 29 says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof, the correction, or the rebuke that you receive from the prophets Okay. All right, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down. Okay, starting with them, the elder bishops. All right, the reproof, the rebuke, the correction has been out, been put out here. But our people ain't gonna take heed. Okay, it says, uh, shit. It says, therefore, verse 31 says, Proverbs 1 and 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. I'm gonna get the NOT. It says, therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. Okay, you're gonna pretty much die in your devices, man. Okay, the same way that you think was good and a beneficial way to live. Well, that's through that same way, through that same process, you're gonna die in it, man. Okay, you're gonna perish, and all we can say is what we told you. We won't be held accountable for that. We got the blood off our hands. All right, verse 32 said in the KJV says, "For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil." So if you dwell within the wings of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, and you listen, you know what I'm saying, do what he commands you to do, then you will dwell safely, man. Okay, the Lord will be dealing with you. You know, the Lord will continue to deal with you. All right, so I just wanted to put that up real quick, man. Lord's will is edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash, and double honors as always, once again, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. Peace, much love, and salutations always to the elect. To the next one, Shalom.